shooting that unfolded on
Black
an MTA
father
bus in
killed
the
by
Bronx.
teen with Karmelo
victim
Anthony
was a
syndrome.
father of 7 killed after cops say he confronted a young man for talking too loudly on his phone. It was the first homicide on a city bus this year, and right now the killer is still out there.
So a couple of weeks ago on this channel, I did a story about a man who filmed himself threatening to stab a young black guy in the neck who was trying to read on a New York City subway when that man asked him to turn down his speaker, which he was playing music on, presumably incredibly loud in the subway, because obviously this is wildly inappropriate subway behavior.
Yeah,
so
obviously.
of course I talked about how this is
what
not
I mean.
getting...
Like we have like created this culture. Well, not we, but you know, certain people have created a culture in which like they don't care about anyone else. They only care about themselves. Like society is only them and whatever they can take, whatever they can get away with, whatever they can subject other people to. That's all they care about. They don't like think about like, okay, well, like if I take, like they don't think beyond this. Like for instance, right? Like if I put this cart and I don't put it in the cart return, the cart may, you know, move because of the wind or other factors and crash into someone else's car, causing damage. They don't really think that far at all. They're like, you know what? This is their thought. It would take me 20 more seconds of my life to put the cart in the cart return, and that's a pain in the ass. That's it. That's their entire like thought process. They don't think about other people. They don't think about the trouble that they're causing other people. It's only like about themselves. It's either that or they don't care. I think it's a little bit, it's a mix of both. I think some people, they actually do recognize it, but they just don't care. And like I've met and I've known people like this where they only care about their own personal enjoyment. They don't really care about other people at all. And you see this a lot lately, and from all sorts of like the woke coalition people.
Anywhere near the attention that it deserves, because you have an individual who's completely unhinged in the New York City subway threatening to stab a young black guy who, again, is reading a book. He looks like a student age person.
Gotta be fucking kidding me, boy. This motherfucker got his fucking headphones on. Told me to motherfucking put my fucking... He told me to put my speaker down. And he got his motherfucking headphones on.
Yeah, you know, you should get some fucking headphones. Bro, hold on. Is that a fucking Beats? Is that a Beats speaker? Like, how much are those even? Those are $100. You can buy headphones for way cheaper than that. Speakers are more expensive than headphones usually. Bluetooth headphones nowadays. Nowadays, Bluetooth headphones are super fucking cheap. So it's like, hold on, like you decided yourself that you were going to get a speaker for walking around, and you were going to get a speaker instead for walking around in public to listen to music instead of headphones where you don't bother anybody else. He's supposed to be a nuisance? Yeah, that's what I mean. What's the difference, chat? Like, actually, explain to me. What is the difference between this guy saying, you will be subjected to the music that I want? What is the difference between that and you will call me ma'am, you will call me sir? Like, what is the difference between that? It's like the same thing. They're trying to impose, they're trying to impose what they want upon you.
Damn. And he got his motherfucking headphones on. You out your fucking mind, my man. I want to fucking cut you. So shut.
And by the way, see, like this is what I mean, by the way, about how it's not necessarily like a purely racial thing, because some people try to make it like purely a racial thing. It's not. This is between people who actually are civilized people and fucking animals. That's what it is, which is why it's so funny. Like, you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Dave Chappelle, and how Dave Chappelle was like he said that he's not an N-word, and like But like he wasn't saying that there weren't people that were that. He just said that he wasn't one, which is like it's pretty funny. Like I think it's pretty accurate. And this is why you see a lot of like recently there's been like a lot of black people that have been calling other black people the N-word derogatorily, like on videos, like on TikTok and stuff like that, because they're just like fed up with it finally, right?
Your fucking mouth then. So shut your
Honestly,
mouth.
we need to, dude, hear me out, chat. Hear me out. We need to bring back the N-word. We need to bring it back, guys. We need to bring it back for its intended usage. Okay, guys? Like, it's, you know what? We need to bring it back in its original form, you know? And we gotta use it for people like this, right? We gotta do it.
Mind your fucking business, you fucking bitch. Why you have to jump out there? You got fucking headphones on, you fucking bitch.
So he might have been going to or from university, again, based on the look of him. And what we had in this particular scenario was another black woman intervene.
Not all ends are black, dude. I totally agree with that. I totally agree with that, man.
In order to de-escalate the situation. And the results of that were this guy started threatening to attack her as well.
What, you think I was a punk or something? Yeah, that's the best thing you better do. Move, you bitch ass motherfucker. Yeah. That's what you gotta do. That's what you better do. Yeah.
Oh, he's
you don't want
chasing.
no drama with me, motherfucker.
He's chasing him.
I'll cut your face open. Are you serious? You gonna tell me to put my speaker down? And you got headphones on? I'll cut your face.
You want to know what, too? I wonder if this guy told him to put the speaker down because he's also just tired of these people. He's just tired of these people, like, making everybody look bad. Like, causing actual racism by, like, how they act like this. The high rates of people that don't care.
You know I'm right, miss.
Don't record.
Yeah, so what the f***? Mind your business then. Mind your business then. So mind your business then. Mind your business then. Mind your business then. Call the cops then. Call the cops, stupid bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Suck my dick. Whoever want with me, let me know. I'm ready. Fuck you.
I made the point that this is one of the major problems with lax law enforcement in public transit and lax enforcement of, you know, basically public order crimes, if you will, because what you have here is somebody who's so entitled.
In a civilized society, like, 5 dudes would have just, like, beat the shit out of that guy, like, to be honest, and told him to shut the fuck up and never go on the subway again.
To be able to blast his music whenever he damn well pleases, that he was willing to threaten to kill and possibly murder over this. And again, it's because he felt disrespected, and for some reason, he believes that that licenses him to not only go after the guy who told him—
You know the super tall guy slap? Wait, what's the super tall guy slap? What is that? I don't know about you guys, chat, but, like, I'm, like, seriously fatigued at these fucking animals, like, actually. Like, the fucking animals running the asylum, like, I'm so tired of it. Like, it honestly, I'm so tired. Like, I'm so fatigued. Like, it keeps happening. It doesn't stop. Nobody does anything. Nothing ever happens. You know? Plus, Hansi say, thank you so much for the sub. Thank you. We tired too, boss? Dude, so many people are tired of it.
To have some common courtesy, but in addition to that, to go after a woman who just didn't want to see a fight break out, who tried to de-escalate this particular situation. And I reminded everybody that these kind of scenarios end up spiraling out of control to a point where somebody ultimately ends up getting killed.
Yep.
Well, fast forward to just a couple of days ago, where a man, a father of a 7-year-old girl who just won full custody over that 7-year-old girl, was shot to death by a teenager who, again, the media refuses to describe, because he asked the teenager to stop talking so loudly on his cell phone on an MTA bus. Again, public transit in the city of New York. So this is what we're going to talk about today. This is what we're going to discuss. But before we do, I want to thank everybody who's contributed so far to—
They're an invasive species like boars. They need to be gunned down by— Oh my God, bro.
Reckless Ben's Give, Send, Go. Link in the description.
Give me the money.
We don't even have to go that far, to be honest. Like, we don't have to. Like we could just spend the money, honestly. Like, listen, we give so much money to all these places in the world that they can't even take care of themselves. There's really no point in like giving them money because it just doesn't matter. Like, no matter how much money, like, listen, no matter how much money you give like these like third world like poor countries, it doesn't fucking matter. It's not gonna fix anything. In fact, it makes it worse because now you just make them addicted to the money. So like what we really need to do is take all that money back, build like a big ass jail, or you know what, better yet, I have a better idea, use capitalism and take these people, put them on planes, and send them to Bukele. Bukele knows what he's doing. Just say like, hey, Bukele, we'll pay you like, you know, we'll pay you like millions of dollars to build like your giga prison. Jobs for the Salvadorian people, right? Jobs for you. Is it the wrong one? Did I get that right? El Salvador, was that Melee? El Salvador? Yes, it was El Salvador. El Salvador is Bukele. I was right. Anyway, yeah. It's like have him more jobs for people in El Salvador that are friends with us. More jobs for them, and then you just ship all these people there, right? Because they're gonna be there for like a couple. They're gonna be there for like you know, for what is it? They're gonna be there for like 20 years or whatever, like more than that. The plane ticket is totally worth it. The exchange rate's better for El Salvador. El Salvador is happy to take the American dollars to take care of our things, and they can eat fucking, I don't know, pupusas, right? I mean, like, you know, no fucking fried chicken in El Salvador. You can eat your fucking pupusas like all day, you know.
You give me the money, okay?
Well, Mike, the victims.
But they're cheap, bro. They're cheap. The pupusas are cheap. You know what I mean? Like, look, just they can eat like whatever the fuck a Bukele wants to feed them, and it'll cost pennies on the dollar, right? And then we just ship them there and leave them there, right? Let them marinate, you know. Let them age, you know, like a. Let them age like wine, you know. Just drop them off there. All right, we'll see you. Like, you put them in the cellar. Like, we'll see them later in like, you know, 20 years or whatever. Also, you know what? We just tell them like, you know, if you really want to put them in like a labor camp, you know, it's totally fine with us. You know, just you know, just keep it on the DL. You know, keep it on the DL. But you know, we could do that too if we want, right? Get some extra money out of them, you know.
Family says he had just found an apartment last year for himself and his daughter because he finally won full custody of his 7-year-old child. But
I'm like totally serious, by the way. Like, this is actually a good idea. Like, how am I wrong? How is this a bad... Okay, if you're gonna say prisons cost too much in America, the prisons cost too much in America, and like, you know, we don't have money for that, and tax dollars... Withdraw a lot of foreign aid. They don't fucking need it anyway. And if you want to save money, go talk to Bukele. Because he knows how to run a fucking jail. Like, I've seen his prison, dude. The fucking prisoners don't even look at the guards in the face. Like, I've fucking seen it. They put them in like this big giant cage, right? And you know, look, listen, if we want to make it all nice too, we could make it really nice too, right? We could put like a tree in there and like little grass, little enclosure, you know, and then they can take the El Salvadorian kids there, like to observe, you know, like a zoo. Like, they can have a little observation deck at the top, right? And then they can just like be in the you know, in the environment, you know. They can do all of their screaming and yelling at people like from you know, from the pit, you know. I think it's great. It's a recreation for the El Salvadorian people, jobs, money, and we get low cost getting rid of these people for many years, you know. Like, I think it's a good idea, man. Like, honestly, I'm a genius.
Single father.
Wait, chat, am I a genius, chat? Dude, I'm a genius, man. See, I should totally, dude. If I were president, I could solve all these problems. It'd be so easy.
Is now no longer around to raise his daughter over an argument about talking too loudly on a cell phone on an MTA bus ended in gunfire.
So the man at the center of this is a guy called Jonathan Pettigrew. Here is a photo of him right here that's been circulating on the internet.com. And this 41-year-old man who, again, had a job, recently got an apartment.
Congress will get in your way. Okay, well, when I say, like, I should be president, what I actually mean is, like, Supreme Regina. That's actually what I mean. Like, I have all the power. Then I want to be like a total tyrant. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be tyrant Leaflit, and I just want to be like, okay, you're all going to El Salvador. Goodbye. Goodbye. We're building a giant jail. You know, it's going to be huge. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful jail.
And recently won sole custody
Some
over
might
his
say the
7-year-old
best jail.
daughter from whatever woman he was in that custody dispute
Super
with.
jail.
Was happy to start his life with his kid, and reportedly, based on what his neighbors are saying, this is a guy who walked his daughter to school to and from every single morning.
I'm telling you, like, actually, I could solve all of our problems. If I were supreme ruler, I could solve all of our problems. It'd be so easy.
Morning and afternoon, and yeah, all around he was a
Which
good
is
guy.
why it's so annoying, because they can totally solve these problems and they're not doing it. That's the thing here that's obvious, is they could solve our problems and they can't. They're not doing it, basically. The solutions are available. Like, there are things that you can do, and they just don't want to do it for whatever reason. Like, they're just fine with the state of there being people screaming at people on subways, tyrannizing all of the law-abiding people. Right? Like, you're a law-abiding person. You just want to use the subway because you want to go get some lunch or you want to go to work. And you have to deal with, like, fucking PvP. Like, random encounter PvP. And it's like, bro, I didn't sign up for a PvP server.
Right here that's been circulating on the internet.com, and this 41-year-old man who, again, had a
honestly, like, sorry, I know I keep pausing, but honestly, the situation is so fucking bad at this point with like let's be real. The situation with all of these people doing all of this, the situation with all of these people being uncivilized and fucking everything up is so bad. Honestly, I'm to the point where I would just get a fucking island and just drop them out of a fucking helicopter with a parachute, and then we just put weapons all over the island, and we say whoever's like whoever gets the chicken dinner, you get to go home.
Right here that's been circulating on the internet.com, and this 41-year-old man who, again, had a job, recently got an apartment, and recently won sole custody over his 7-year-old daughter from whatever woman he was in that custody dispute with.
Well, like a parachute, because it's more fun. It's more fun. You might as well make it an event, you know what I mean?
Was happy to start his life with his kid, and reportedly, based on what his neighbors are saying, this is a guy who walked his daughter to school to and from every single morning.
And by the way, when I say these things, just for all the retards that are going to clip this, when I say these things, I'm not saying this is the ideal. I'm saying that is preferable to what we're doing right now. If it were up to me, I would just jail the people. I would just jail them hard, jail them right now. Every single person that does this, you just jail them for a very long time, maximum sentence. And then they never do it again. Otherwise, they get another maximum sentence. The alternative, if you want to save money, is to send them to El Salvador. Now, is it preferable to do the Battle Royale thing? Much more preferable than doing nothing, which is what we're doing right now. We're doing nothing. We're doing literally the worst possible thing you could do. Like, we're encouraging it. We're doing literally the worst thing that you could possibly do in this situation. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired of being a law-abiding citizen. I'm tired of being a person that follows the rules, having to deal with these people. I'm tired of it. And a lot of people are tired of it. Like, look at this guy. This guy died for this. Think of all the people that died and their families, right? We're not just talking about, wow, he killed one person. That one person got hurt and is no longer here. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about that person's family, their relatives, anyone that relied on them, their friends, all of those people no longer having that person. You're talking about all of the children that they could have had in the future, all gone. Like a good person and all of the children that they could have had, all the children that a good person could have had are gone. Because somebody up in the government, up at the top, was like, well, I feel really bad. I feel really bad about putting people in jail because they just, they're just like living in a sad, it's just so sad. I feel so sympathetic for them. And I like really don't like feeling bad about putting people in jail. It makes me feel really bad in the fifis, So it's like, we should just let them out. Those people are inflicting innumerous amounts of pain on people. And like my take is, would I put them on Battle Royale Island if it prevents good people from experiencing that kind of pain? If it allows good people to prosper more? You bet your fucking ass I'd put them on the island.
And yeah, all around, he was a good guy. He was a decent guy. And this could be understood by everyone because all he was asking for in this particular scenario was for some decency. He asked a young man, a youth with no description, by the way. The media.
Yeah, I'd like to see someone argue against that. Yeah, I'd love to see a woke person argue against that and tell me I'm a bad person. Because I feel like they're bad people. Because they're siding with the people that are causing all of these problems for other people.
It's actually going with teenager in a white shirt. Like, this is helpful to find the murderer, somebody who killed somebody over a slight disagreement, over a small bit of disrespect.
Wait, what? Unknown suspect alias white tee. Plain white t-shirt cotton. Crime scene wearing this exact shirt. Wait, what? Is this... Wait, what?
Yes, a young man, a youth with no description, by the way. The media is actually going with teenager in a white shirt. Like, this is helpful to find the murderer, somebody who killed somebody over a slight disagreement, over a small bit of disrespect. Insane in every way, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But now this man is dead. After getting custody over his daughter, he's gone, and reportedly, the daughter does not understand the concept that she'll never see her father ever again. Yep. Because again, she's 7 years old, and obviously this is sudden and unexpected.
Now you have like this girl that no longer has a father in her life, which could have multiple negative effects that happen down the line that we just can't even see yet. And all because we allow these animals to control society. This is what I mean. I'm fed up. I'm totally fed up with them.
And completely unjustified. Now, of course, they have words from the family members. We hear from a woman that's related to him in some way, and of course from his brother. I'm going to play that for you guys.
The single father was building a life, a restaurant employee who had just won full custody of his 7-year-old daughter. He wanted to be with her full time. He loved being a father, walked her to and from school every day.
I really want justice for my brother. Right. No matter what the cost. It wasn't right. It shouldn't.
Yeah, see, this guy would agree with me. On Battle Royale Island.
Went that far.
Such a good idea, man. Battle Royale Island.
Especially happened in the city transit. Yeah. It's not good for our community.
It's like so preferable, man.
Children, and we're gonna miss him dearly.
So look, I really try not to get emotional about these stories, but I obviously feel for this guy's brother because...
Will I watch the Battle Royale? Yeah, that's the point of having the Battle Royale Island. Because, like, if you didn't want to have Battle Royale Island, you just wanted to get rid of them, then, like, I don't know, you can send them to the moon or something,
This is a guy who was just trying to do the right thing. He was trying to uphold civilization.
Listen, I am a partial owner of SpaceX, okay, guys?
But a civilizational destroyer not only rejected all bounds of common courtesy, but actually rejected the basis of civilization, which is a respect for human life, and he gunned him down again over being told to stop talking so loud on a city bus. This is not your home. This is not how you behave in public, and obviously that level of disrespect, the minor disrespect of being told how it actually should be, was enough to cost this man his life, and it really bothers me. It really aggravates me that a guy who's doing the right things ends up being taken in this.
I really hope some leftist gets mad at me over this so that I can actually debate them on it. Because they're going to think it's easy. They're going to be like, oh, this is a really easy debate. She said that we should have a Battle Royale Island and put people on it. And they're going to be like, how could you say such a vile thing? And then they're going to actually fight me on it. Oh my God, it'd be so good. Oh my God, I would love to defend this belief.
This way, again, a father that's interested in being in his daughter's life, so much so that he went through the lengthy court battle in order to get sole custody of her, is ripped away from her a year after winning that custody dispute. Ripped away from her, ripped away from his family, even though by all accounts...
Did you find the debaters you've had hard? So I talked to my friend Remo today because I'm going to hang out with Remo this year. And I haven't seen Remo in like maybe a year and a half, 2 years. It's been a while since I last hung out with him. And it's like I told you guys, like I like to just debate with my friend, right? That's like kind of what we do. And so I'm meeting up with him and he said, oh yeah, it's going to be fun, Leaflit. We can have stupid debates again. And I said, thank God. It's about time I can have a real fun debate because I feel like I've been smurfing for years.
This is a decent guy, a decent man. And again, he was doing something fundamentally decent at the time he was killed. And I will just remind you that unfortunately right now at this moment, people are on the side of somebody who acted just like the killer in this particular scenario. Because of course, what this man did, Jonathan Pettigrew, is very similar to what Austin Metcalf did when he asked Carmelo Anthony to leave a tent that was not associated with his school. Again, asking him to follow the basic rules, didn't want to engage in a fight, and he ended up losing his life in this scenario. And
it's too much of a pride problem. It's like no one ever told them no, like their whole life or something.
Again, what we see, obviously, is that case got a lot of attention because you have a lot of black race hustlers that are essentially celebrating the murder of a white person that want a black person to get away with that murder just because he's black. Again, they don't support Carmelo Anthony because they think he's innocent. They do so because they know he's guilty and they like what he did. But this is that same exact attitude that no amount of minor disrespect can ever be tolerated, and you can escalate to the point where you could take somebody's life over it. And this is what actually happens in the vast majority of cases.
According to police, it started when Pettigrew got into an argument with a young man, possibly a teenager. Pettigrew asked him to stop yelling on his cell phone. It ended in bloodshed.
Since black people...
Isn't this like the most, like... Isn't this the most fucking poetic thing here? You've got... Hold on. You've got a ton of police. This is New York, right? A ton of police... A bus not in service.
Who asked him to stop yelling on his cell phone. It ended in bloodshed.
Since black people...
Pettigrew asked when Pettigrew...
At a museum of sex poster. It's like you couldn't have made this up, dude. Like if I were to parody New York, it's just beyond parody at this
got into an argument with a young man, possibly a teenager. Pettigrew asked him to stop yelling on his cell phone. It ended in bloodshed.
Since black people predominantly live in areas with other black people, these petty disrespect situations that escalate to the point where somebody ends up getting seriously hurt or killed, they almost always happen to black people. The Metcalf situation is the outlier in that a white person was even involved in something like that. And yeah, a good man was just killed. A father that's loving and kind by all accounts of his friends and family was gunned down on a city bus over one of these petty disputes. And again, the media with no decency can't even describe the kid. They can't even release surveillance video from the bus so we can know what this guy looks like. Instead, we get a white shirt as a description and of course the label of teen. Now, of course, we don't know specifically if this person was black. And in fact, in that subway video, I
it was Asmongold.
Speculated that the person behind the camera might have been Latino, and since I'm Latino, that means I'm responsible for it because everybody of the same group is responsible for all the actions of every member of that group. That's how that works, right? But in reality, it doesn't really matter at this moment in time because when you create a society and
you know, I totally get like Sam Hyde now. Like when I first watched like that Sam Hyde video that you guys sent me, I was like, this guy's so fucking angry, right? It's like the big Sam Hyde video that came out and like everyone was watching it. And I was like, man, this guy's so fucking angry, man. This guy's got like serious, like he's got so much rage. And now I'm just like, I get it.
Culture that tolerates this kind of attitude. And by the way, it's definitely prevalent among black communities, but it's also prevalent way too much among Hispanic communities. This is the result. So that teenager just threw his life away in order to get petty revenge after being told to have some common courtesy, because of course he wasn't raised properly. And this man lost his life, a value member of society, somebody who works, somebody who again was good enough to get sole custody over a woman. It is very difficult to do that in the American legal system. And yeah, he's gone, and now his daughter grows up without a father.
Wait, the unofficial narrative is that Austin's beef was over a girl, and they got into it at school. Austin and his brother jumped. Oh yeah, what?
By all accounts, she should have grown up with a good father.
According to police, it started when Pettigrew got into an argument with a young man, possibly a teenager. Pettigrew asked him to stop yelling on his cell phone. Surveillance video shows passengers running off that bus moments after gunshots rang out, including at least one rider with a baby stroller.
Look, I do really appreciate the local news media, and I want to make it clear we wouldn't know about this story unless, of course, it was for this local news media report. But the fact is, that is one of
that's what children are being subjected to.
the vaguest descriptions I've ever heard in my entire life. Somebody who could be a teenager wearing a white shirt. No, that is not good enough. Please just drop the surveillance videos. I know they're coming later on, but first they show us surveillance videos of people running, and honestly, that is not what should be brought to the forefront at this moment in time. We should see the surveillance videos of the suspect, and by the way, they do have them. This is what we have so far, but the police, they should release surveillance video from the bus if that exists, and of course, there should be other cameras available where we can get better looking footage, because this young man needs to be caught. What happens when he goes to a store and somebody inadvertently cuts him in line, and then he decides that that level of disrespect is also worthy of murder? He's a scumbag. He needs to be removed from the streets. And again, this is a civilizational destroyer. It is not just a petty crime.
Welcome to the first annual Hunger Games. That's what we should do. We should keep them all in cells, like until we get like 100 of them, and then we should do the Hunger Games. That's what we should do, and then we should televise it live to everybody, and then all of the victims of the crime, like all the families of victims, get VIP seats. That's what we should do.
This is somebody who won't follow the reasonable rules of society, common courtesy, and is willing to
hosted by Mr. Beast.
kill if he's asked in order to.
I took 100 convicts and I put them on an island.
Do so. Basically, this is Karmelo Anthony, New York City version, and we need to make sure he suffers the same fate as Karmelo Anthony, which is a murder conviction and a lengthy prison sentence.
It happened yesterday around 2:30 in the afternoon at White Plains Road and East Tremont Avenue. Surveillance video shows.
Dude, I should do that. I should make an AI video of it.
Was a man fitting the police description of the suspect moments after gunfire erupted, fleeing on foot in a different direction than passengers who were on the bus. Investigators say he fled southbound on White Plains Road. It's unclear if an MTA bus camera captured the shooting. Police have not released any images of the gunman. As for Pettigrew's daughter, she still does not know her father is gone.
So to the Pettigrew family, I am sorry for your loss. I hope that you can get some modicum of justice, but we all understand that nothing is going to bring back Jonathan Pettigrew. And I really genuinely wish that activists in the black community would be as concerned about him as they are about Karmelo Anthony, who is one of the most obvious murderers ever to be caught in the United States of America, just like the guy who pulled the trigger in this particular case. But you know what? Those are just my thoughts. I want to know what you guys think down in the comments below. As per usual, if you like the video, show them by leaving a like, subscribe for more content, follow me on my social medias. You can support me via the support links in the description of this video. This has been me talking about the absolute madness going on in New York City. Till next time. Till next time.
I thought he did the thing.
Till next time.
I thought he did the thing, but it was just a salute. I'll send you guys a video. Actual justice warrior. All right. Anyway, a false solicitation.